Caitlin.
Grant.
Hello. We are back. It's
Hi.
Wednesday. We're recording this. We're a little late.
Yeah.
A little late. We had a crazy week. Bit of a crazy week this week.
Well,
All
it's a short week, so
with the holiday. You're telling me it's a short week.
Yeah. Wish I only had to go in for one day.
Hold on. I'm going to redo this. Caitlin, hello. Hi.
Hi.
Cracking a cold one. Caitlin
Yep.
Border.
As always. The
That's
Diet
right.
Coke this time, though.
I have so many things I want to talk to you about this week, Kate, in the free episode before we move over to the paid episode. www.terribleperson.com. You want to
No.
check that out? Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Telling people the fucking wrong
just
URL.
This is the intro. I'm just going to leave this in. Fuck editing. Hello, Kate.
Hi.
Hi. This is a really exciting week. It's very bright in here.
So, you just made it more bright.
There we go. All right, now that we got the light situation set, Kate, let's get serious. Oh my gosh, Caitlin!
Oh my god.
Kate,
Hi.
what a week! What a week we've had. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's your birthday.
That it is.
Caitlin is turning 19 tomorrow.
Yep.
Total babe.
No. 29. It's so sad. My last year in my 20s.
Well, it's all right. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about your cake. We'll talk about the edibles I made. I want to get into that. Maybe we'll try some guided meditation this week.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of a guru, if you would.
So you're going to lead everyone in a guided
spiritual guided meditation.
meditation.
Oh my
Fun.
god.
I
have
think
some
that's
stuff
what everyone is wanting.
I have some stuff that I want to share with you that I think I can only talk about on the premium episode. So www.terribleperson.co is the address there. It's $2 a month. A lot of people are signing up, so thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah,
we
it's nice.
appreciate you guys.
And a lot of people like the content. A little dirtier because it's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 910-557-2871. Let's talk about that owl on the staircase. You had a pool incident. We almost had to call the ambulance. Kevin
I
Spacey
did.
goes down again. Johnny Depp wins the case. We got that. Plus
Exciting
all the
stuff.
other celebrity news. Right, Kate?
Yeah.
That's what we do here. How to become a terrible person. Let's go.
Caitlin.
And grants are not medical or mental health professionals. How to become a terrible person is for entertainment purposes only. Standard data and message rates apply to messages. Damn it, have some common sense, people.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to How to Become a Terrible Person, the only podcast on the internet helping you become the best, worst person possible. I am joined today, and as always, by my hot-ass girlfriend, Caitlin Border.
Hello.
I'll beep your last name. We don't use your last name on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, right? I think that's fair.
For privacy reasons.
Privacy reasons. So you are Caitlin. Beep. Beep. Okay, so Kate, I made edibles this week. I went to the dispensary, picked up some cartridges. Very excited. Oh, also, too, I just want to say, if you heard the premium episode last week where I didn't open my mouth and I was just breathing into the microphone.
Like a fucking dragon.
Yeah. Just know I'm aware. And I will do better this week, Kate.
Well,
We're about doing better. But anyway, so I went to the dispensary, got stuff to make edibles and that, or not edibles, cartridges, right?
yeah.
And then they gave me a free eighth of weed. So I was like, well, I'll
Cool.
make my world famous firecrackers. And I did. And what was your review on it? So basically it's very simple to make. You decarb the flour beforehand to activate it. I don't know what that does, but you have to do it. Then you mix it. I mixed it in, sprinkled it on top of peanut butter and Nutella mixed together, and then put that on a graham cracker and baked it. And what'd you think?
I thought it was good. It tasted a lot better than most of the edibles I've had.
See, that's weird. 'Cause
Especially when it's like the baked good edibles, because those are really
edibles lately
strong
have
and
just
gross.
been, like really oily.
Yeah, like a brownie. It's just like, it
Ugh.
looks just like a
Oily,
melty, gross
yeah.
mess. And I'm like,
And they're always too damn sweet to compensate for the fact that they have
And
stuff
then they're
in
just
bad
really,
stuff.
just very earthy.
So I
thought they were good.
I made these edibles, and each was a 2 graham cracker squares, like a sandwich, like that. So they weren't huge. They were just like, what is that? It's a square, so 2 inches.
It's like one whole graham cracker if you broke it in half and made a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. So they weren't huge, but since I had an eighth of weed, I want to say that's 3.5 grams. So I basically put a little over a gram in each edible, and I was on the moon. What were you high?
Yeah. I mean, the second, because we had like more the first day, because you made 3
Yeah.
total. And so the first day we each had our own.
Yeah. And then the second day we split one.
Yeah. And then I think the second day when we split one, that just like put me to sleep.
Oh, really?
Like that just made me sleepy.
I had an
Kinda.
energy drink before we took the edibles, so I was up all night. But then, so the craziest thing happened because I completely lost track of time, and I went to go to bed apparently, and when I woke up, I looked at the clock and it was 5, and I thought it was 5 p.m. So I wake up and you're up doing something, like feeding the cat, and I'm like, Caitlin, we can't sleep all day. Like, what are we doing? We're just gonna sleep through the whole day.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
You were very confused.
Yeah.
And so was I.
Just like, okay, whatever. I literally just said whatever.
I couldn't, and then so I was like, well, we'll lay down for another few minutes, and then we'll get up and start our day. But we're not gonna be able to go to sleep tonight. I was like, fuck, this sucks. That's the worst when you sleep all day.
Yeah.
And then it's nighttime. And then so anyway,
I don't know how you couldn't just tell by like the light of like the apartment.
It's still 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. now. Look at how bright it is.
I guess.
About the same. I literally have gotten up. So I work for a morning show, and I get up around 4 every day, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was living in my old place in Tempe, I got up one time, and I thought it was 7 a.m. and it was winter, so it's dark at 7 a.m. So I get in my car. I'm losing my mind to get to the station, and I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And then I realized it was 7 p.m. and I was 12 hours early for work.
So what'd you do? Just stay there?
Yeah, I just stayed for 12 hours.
He's like, let's hang out here.
No, but that's the best. And I just went home and went to bed for a few hours because it was 7 p.m. So I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I don't know what time I went to bed that I woke up at 7.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like, holy shit.
But you must have been asleep for a while if you thought it was like the next day.
I was out. I also wonder how haunted that apartment was. Because I used to take midday naps, and I would have severe sleep paralysis.
Like during your midday nap?
Yeah. Like I'd be paralyzed, and I'd be in like a bag, and somebody would just be like standing over the bag, and I could see through it, but I couldn't see who it was. But I couldn't breathe. I was like, I need oxygen.
Yeah, I've only had sleep paralysis once, and it was fucking terrifying.
It is really scary.
Like, it was, and it feels so real. Like, you feel like you're actually awake.
I used to have a reoccurring nightmare I couldn't wake from. It was like kind of the start of this, but I could hear my door opening and somebody coming into my apartment, but I couldn't wake up.
Ugh. Yeah,
and then I'd wake up and I'd be inside a bag, and I'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
Well, the one that, when I had it, I heard like really loud like footsteps like running down the hallway towards my room.
That's creepy.
And then something ran into my room, and it was like this shadow man person, and then they just like got on top of me and were just like choking me out basically.
Oh, you were awake for that, babe?
Oh, that was you?
That was me. Thank you for calling me Slender. What'd you call me? Shadow man?
Yeah.
A shadow man. Did you?
He was just like a black like shadow. Like he had no face, like no like features. He was just like a misty, like, I don't know. It was weird.
Have we ever talked about the Slender Man on this podcast? You and I? I don't even think we have in general. Those little girls that killed their friend or tried to kill their friend.
Yeah, because the Slender Man told them to do it.
He said that if we did it, we could go live in his mansion with him and all the other kids.
Yeah.
They had a good plan there. They're like, we're going to stab her, and then we're going to run into the woods. They'll never find us.
They'll never know it was us.
Okay, so tomorrow's Kate's birthday, right? And it's my responsibility to get the cake.
Yeah.
I'm the birthday hero. I am the one who brings cake, Skylar. So I was in charge. I had to go order a cake, and I don't order cakes. It's never really been my thing
Never
before.
ordered a cake? Is this
I
your
don't think
first time?
I think I have in the past, but no, I usually just don't order cakes. I'm not an order of cakes. I'm either at a place with cake, or I buy like a, pre-made.
Like a slice of cake?
Yeah, like a prematurely made.
Where it doesn't say like happy birthday,
Yeah.
so and so.
So I asked Kate, I go, what kind of cake would you like? And you said, I would like a white cake with strawberry filling and whipped topping. Does that check out?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go and I order that, and literally the day I ordered the cake was the day after I took the edible.
Uh-huh.
So I was not functioning. Not only was I was in my head about ordering a cake, which I don't, it's just weird now to not order something online, to be like, I have to go to the bakery at Albertsons and talk to somebody.
And be
And-
like, this is what I want.
And I feel like the
I mean,
person,
you can call them and say,
well,
like, call it in.
I feel like the person I was talking to also had a marathon edible night because we were not communicating well. And
Did she have was she like a foreign lady?
No.
Did she have an accent?
No, she was a white girl. She had dyed hair and gauged ears.
Oh.
So she's definitely on drugs.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how to, like, I'm like, do I fill out a sheet? Do I hand you a sheet that says whatever? And then she's like, well, take a look at the graphics. I was like, fuck, there's graphics. So I spent like 20 minutes because I was still kind of high, just going through the book being like, haha, this would be funny. And then be like, I went through all the Mario stuff. I was like, oh, we'll get a Mario cake. It's like, that's stupid. So then anyway, after I realized that it was dumb and I shouldn't get a unicorn on your cake, I was like, well, fuck, I'll just go up and order this cake the way Kate wants it and just get happy birthday, Caitlin. Boom. Easy. So I do that. She's like, it'll be ready on her birthday, June 2nd. Great. So I talked to you. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, cake situation is handled. Mm-hmm. And I go, I did, because everybody was like, go to Albertsons.
Yeah.
So I tell you, and you go, what kind you get? I said, white cake, strawberry filling, the whipped topping. And you said, I don't know if I like the strawberry filling.
At Albertson.
Could you get a chocolate cake with white whipped topping, no filling? And I was like, I guess. So then I had to call. And I was like, I don't want to go over and have another weird interaction with this girl, but I got the same girl on the phone. Mm-hmm. And we communicated about as well as we did before with no edibles. And she went through everything, and then she was like, okay, it says happy birthday. Can you spell the name? I was like, Caitlin. And she was like, oh, okay. So I think whoever wrote the order wrote it illegibly enough that there was question on what your name was.
So my name might have come out spelled wrong.
I don't know. I'm terrified to see what happens tomorrow
Like,
when I pick up the cake.
I'm curious if the cake is just going to be like literally just a white cake with nothing on it,
No.
except like very tiny in the middle. It just says, happy birthday, Caitlin.
And it's spelled Kaytlynn.
Oh my God.
You're just like, what the fuck? So anyway, yeah. So I guess tomorrow we'll see.
So I might have a really good laugh about this cake.
You'll be so mad.
No, I won't. I'll probably think it's funny.
Kate had an accident in the pool yesterday.
Oh, I thought I was like, I didn't pee
She
myself.
pooped in the pool. What happened yesterday? You were doing laps, swimming laps.
I was swimming in my parents' pool on Memorial Day. We had just eaten lunch and stuff, and then we decided to go swimming. So
We didn't wait 30 minutes.
No.
We said, fuck that shit. We're getting right in. We don't care if there's an accident.
So we had already been swimming for a while. Like we
At
had been
least
in the
30
pool
minutes.
like probably an hour and a half at this point already.
I was all pruned up.
And then all of a sudden I'm just swimming and I don't know what is wrong with me because I came up for like a breath because I knew I was getting close to the other end of the
Yeah.
pool. But I swim with my eyes closed, like underwater. So I came up for a breath and I noticed, I was like, okay, I still have some like area until I hit the wall. So then I decided to go back under, and for whatever reason I was like swimming like full force, and I just like hit my forehead, my face on the wall of the pool.
And it was right above your eyebrow?
It was right above my eyebrow. And I just remember like I could feel my face like hitting the wall and like sliding into it kind of thing. Cause it's like, you know, when you like, you run into something, it takes a second to like fully stop kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was still moving, like even though I was like, oh shit, and I like tried to push back with my arms, I was still like, my face was still hitting the wall, and I could just feel more of my forehead like scraping off, and it felt like it was my eyebrow. And so I literally thought I was gonna come up from the water and I was gonna have like half an eyebrow just like hanging down.
Well, your mom, all of a sudden, I'm talking to your dad in the shallow end of the pool, and she's holding you. When she's like, Caitlin said something.
Because I hit my head really hard, and I think also it just surprised me.
Yeah.
So I was just like seeing stars for a second.
And so I thought you guys were playing like some game. I was like, look at this. I'd pointed to Zach. I was like, look at these two. And then she was like, Caitlin's hurt. It's like, Jesus Christ, what did Caitlin do? Caitlin's just off playing by herself. So yeah, and then you had this big gash on the top, like right above your eyebrow, and I was expecting you to be more like, but you were very calm.
Because I think I just felt like really dumb in that moment. Like I just was like, I'm a fucking idiot, guys.
Kathleen Peterson hit her head on the bottom of the pool. That's yet another similarity.
I know. Sorry for ruining everyone's pool day.
No, you didn't ruin it. It was time to get out anyway.
Yeah.
We overstayed our pool because it was also too. It was just like it was hot, but for some reason it was cold in the pool. Did you notice that?
Well, you have to move around. Grant just like stands in the pool.
It's no.
like in the shallow.
You guys were making fun of me because I just like walk back and forth. Like, what am I gonna? I'm not gonna swim when there's 4 people in the pool. Am I gonna take up all that? So I generate a lot of power with my stroke.
I was swimming with 4 people in the pool.
Yeah, but
Clearly.
But
Swim right into the wall.
I create so much wake because of how powerful I am. Former firefighter.
Please.
Yeah. Firefighting.
But yeah, I could have died.
There was an ambulance and fire truck out in front of our apartment this morning or this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went down and said, hey, do you guys need anything?
Can I help out? You guys need any volunteers?
Who do we got? Who are we picking up? I think it's our neighbor. I think it's our downstairs neighbor.
Which one?
The oldie.
The one that is in the Rascal?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It was in that corner. There's a couple older folks.
But the one who has like the electric scooter and she has the little dog?
Yeah, maybe. No, I was thinking the older guy that lives below us.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like right around the
No.
corner, that lady who lives
No.
right there.
So, yeah. Rest in peace, our neighbor.
Oh my God. You don't know if they're dead.
Dude, the apartment complex is getting pretty out of pocket lately.
Well, I mean, they just send so many emails. It's like,
Well, no, now we can't legally use our fire exit to do anything but leave during a fire, right?
yeah.
It's a gate that is not marked fire exit or fire
Yeah,
gate.
there's no markings on it whatsoever that say this exit is for emergencies only or fire gate, like nothing.
And they're like, if you put a rock in it or tape it, you will be in violation of your
Yeah,
lease.
basically they're gonna
Your lease will be
they're gonna kick
terminated.
us out of our apartment if we, prop the gate open with a rock.
Dude, I mean,
But never mind the fact that they left it broken, a gaping hole for
Like-
6+ months.
Yeah.
That's not an issue.
they're just getting wild.
I mean,
It's like
I don't
every 2
really get
days-
the problem of leaving a rock in there because the whole point of the gate is to allow people to exit in the case of an emergency,
Right.
which you're not preventing them from doing.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you're getting so upset. And if it's really that big of a deal, then pay the $100 or whatever it is to get a metal sign put up on there
Yeah.
that says, this is for emergencies only. It's really not that hard. But instead, no, they'd rather just send bitchy, passive-aggressive emails literally every single day for 3 weeks straight.
Caitlin, so let's get into celebrity conspiracy theories.
Ooh.
Did you know Steve Jobs that we know is actually Steve Jobs 2.0?
No.
This is according to Esquire.
So, like, he's a reincarnated?
In mid 2018, nearly 7 years after he tragically died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 56, someone on Reddit posted
Is
an
that a
image.
new website?
Reddit? Yeah. It's Reddit for frogs. Reddit. Got him.
Ribbit.
So, anyway, post on Reddit an image of a man in Egypt who looks a hell of a lot like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs hiding in Egypt. You know what? I'm not going to disagree. Sweetheart, look at this. Look at display. This is Egypt. This is the actual Steve Jobs. Caitlin's looking.
Sure, they look similar, but I mean, like, I feel like I have an uncle that looks like him.
Well, and this guy, he's clearly.
You know what? Like a tall, really skinny white guy who's balding and has glasses.
This guy is clearly an Egyptian.
Like, I think that is just somebody who has a really strong resemblance to him.
This is, oh my God, Steve Jobs is living in Egypt. You know, Steve Jobs, what do you think about he's like, I'm just going to treat my cancer with fruits and vegetables. Do you remember that?
I mean, I think that's dumb, but to each their own.
He's like, I invented the iPhone and have.
But I don't believe in chemotherapy or radiation.
Oh, you're not saying that. I was like, Caitlin, you don't?
No, I do.
Sometime between 2002 and now, Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by an
I've heard
actress.
this one.
Yeah,
and then there's like these, and then I've also seen pictures, like side by side comparison photos of like why they think it's not Avril Lavigne, how she's been replaced, because there's like these very, very small differences, or like a subtle difference, but it's probably something to do with like how her makeup was done or whatever. I don't believe that one.
Let's see here. Lord. 20-year-old, NO, 20-year-old. No. Oh, fuck. Guys, I can't read. I was like, what are they saying? Number 20? And I was like, no 20-year-old is this emotionally intelligent and has such a vested interest in grammar. That's because Lord is basically a 40-something-year-old woman who faked her age to sell herself as a young musical prodigy. What do you think of that?
That's hilarious.
It's like what's
So she's like a 45-year-old woman pretending she's like 18 and just went through her first heartbreak.
so Lord did what Sia, like what Sia's whole thing is like. She's like,
yeah, because she like kept her
Identity.
face covered
Yeah.
for years, and she sung like pop music.
about young love.
Yeah.
Do you think Lord is 40? Do you think Lord is that good to even make this celebrity
I mean,
list?
yeah, she's good, but I mean, I haven't heard about her in a while. Like,
Tennis Court. Remember that song?
yeah, is she doing?
I don't know.
Like,
She had that song Red Light, Green Light. Do you remember that?
yeah,
I don't know. Moving on.
red light or something.
The proof, along with her talent and her maturity that's well beyond her years, Lord has shared birth certificate that looks Esquire. Lord has shared birth certificate that looks pretty doctored by some accounts. But I mean, that could be me being like, that looks doctored. This document looks doctored.
But like, is it one of those things where she shared like a document and she like blurred out, like
Probably.
on social media, and she blurred out a couple of the lines because she doesn't want people to see certain information or whatever.
Post your birth certificate challenge.
And people are like, oh, it's doctored.
I'm going to go viral on TikTok for posting my birth certificate. All of my fans.
Why would you post your birth certificate?
I don't know. That's
Like,
stupid.
as
That's like
Lord.
the other day, like when everybody was posting their driver's license things.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to
'Cause
participate.
Kylie.
Yeah. Jesus. Stevie Wonder, the legendary blind
It's
singer-songwriter.
disgusting burp, by the way.
It was gross. Tasted bad. Stevie Wonder, the legendary blind singer-songwriter, is not actually blind.
You can just see everything.
He's just pretending for the last 6 decades.
Oh my God.
Have you seen this video?
That'd be fucking funny.
Look at this. This is him at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Okay.
Or
Can you turn
something.
it a little more?
Yeah. Let me make it full screen. Somebody knocks over a mic stand, and Stevie Wonder grabs it. Whoa. See that?
He didn't grab it. He reached for it.
Yeah, but how did he see it?
He probably can hear it.
He's on stage. He's got
can sense it.
in-ear monitors. No.
Yeah, but he can sense it because he's blind.
Stevie Wonder is not blind.
Okay.
Let's see
But
the
they
proof.
always say that people that lack one of lack one of their senses make up for it in all their other ones.
Babe, you want to hear the proof that Esquire magazine has for Stevie Wonder's not actually blind?
Yeah.
The proof? He frequently attends basketball games. He once caught a mic stand from falling. He's interested in photography and once took a picture, according
One time took one picture.
and once
Wow.
took a photo. Who believes it? ESPN's Bomani Jones. I met Bomani Jones.
I don't know who that is.
I really don't either. I just met him on the street one time, and he was really nice. And we were both walking back from the Super Bowl media day, and I was like, I don't know who this guy is. And I go, hey man, can I get a picture? I posted on Instagram. I was like, who is this? And nobody knew. Ooh, I like this one. Here we're starting to get into the conspiracy theories that I'm on board with, Kate. Britney Spears, the George Bush operative. Britney Spears was on the White House payroll. Every time the Bush administration screwed up, they distracted the sheeple with another Britney scandal. What do you think about that? The proof, November 6, 2007, Britney Spears and Kevin Federline announced their split the day before a key midterm election, babe.
Oh my God, it sounds kind of similar to things that are happening right now.
We
Weird.
went, people, this doesn't happen.
Weird.
The media doesn't just push stories to distract from other stories. They don't do that.
No.
That's crazy.
Never.
I mean, we're being paid right now to go through this Esquire list so we don't talk about monkeypox.
Yeah.
Because it's hot. It's coming in hot. How many have you heard any monkeypox updates?
No, I haven't.
Well, I mean, other than we both have it.
No.
Do you think it's going to be a real problem? Are you forecasting another shutdown, Kate?
I mean,
Monkeypox.
no.
What is this? The Bob Marley theory. Here we go. The CIA murdered Bob Marley because he and other reggae musicians were working to alert the public of the CIA's attempt to bring down Jamaican Prime Minister Michael Manley. Did I ever tell you about the time I went to Jamaica and on the way home, I had a 17-hour layover for two reasons. One, our plane was broken. It was a charter flight. It was one of those, charter flights. I don't really know what a charter flight is.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, I think it's like a group of people all rented out through like a travel agency. It's like a charter. It's not like a public flight.
Oh.
I think it's something like that. So anyway, we were waiting on the plane, but I guess while we were flying out of Kingston,
So was it like a big plane or was it like a little
737.
plane? Okay.
And so the plane's broken and we're waiting for a mechanic to come fix it. And there's a political assassination outside the airport. So they locked
Jesus Christ.
They locked everyone into the airport, like with chains. So it's like you can't leave, and then everything in the airport shut down at like
grounded all flights.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't think they grounded everything, but they just were like at a certain point it was 10 o'clock, and they're like airport's closed. Have fun, guys. And so we just had free roam. You could probably 200 people just roaming around this closed airport. And they didn't have, nothing was open. You couldn't get any water, couldn't get anything. You had drinking fountains and that sort of thing, but you don't want to fuck with that.
No, not
Kingston
in Jamaica.
public airport drinking fountains. But yeah. And
Sounds
then
awful.
moral of the story is we made it all the way through the night, maybe some of the next morning. And a guy pulls up, and it's the mechanic. And he gets out, looks at the wing, and then he duct tapes, like, just pulls out duct tape and just duct tapes the wing and kind of like gives the thumbs up. So you guys are good.
Oh.
And we're like, shit, we waited 17 hours for a guy to just...
Fucking duct tape the wing. It's like, I could have gone out there and done that.
He was like...
Yeah. You'll be fine, guys.
Based on my experience with my layover in Kingston, Jamaica, I do believe the CIA murdered Bob Marley. Did you ever hear of the Stephen King book, The Langoliers? Or see the movie? They're all trapped in an airport. And it's very similar to what we had. Except there weren't reality-eating monsters in Jamaica.
Oh. That's good.
It was just
at least you don't
like-
have to deal with that.
Do you know people believe that Paul McCartney died?
Why?
Paul McCartney was killed in a car crash in 1967, and it was replaced by a lookalike. And if you listen to Revolution number 9 backwards, like spin the record backwards, it sounds it basically says like Paul is dead. In backwards. Do you want to hear that, Kate?
Yeah.
Would you enjoy that?
Yes.
Turn me on, Devlin. Turn me on, Devlin.
Turn me on, governor. What does it say?
Maybe. That's stupid.
That's supposed to say Paul is dead.
Yeah.
That's like Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. What? Well, where? Where'd you hear it? It touched me.
He told me to get the fuck out. And then you hear it and it's like,
You know what we haven't heard in a while, babe, that I feel like we need to hear?
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Do you remember this?
is this the song about COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the celebrities
Yeah.
in their
Imagine
mansions.
all the people.
John Legend.
Living for today.
Literally 6 days into COVID, and that's what they did. They're like, life is so hard for us.
Yeah.
I need to sing.
Well, wasn't that pretty much like the start of Ellen's downfall?
Oh
Was
my
when
God.
she made that comment about how it was like being in prison because she had to be trapped at her, like,
Is that what she said?
yeah, her mansion.
Because here,
Her
this is.
plantation.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because
And then-
I saw an article today that said Ellen is over. Who will be the next daytime queen? And also, who's watching daytime television?
Mom, like stay-at-home
Sick
moms.
kids, stay-at-home moms, and if you're at the doctor's office, you might catch an episode of Ellen. Who would be a good daytime morning?
It'll probably be like Kelly Clarkson or something because she,
She already has a
one.
show. Oh yeah, or Pink, dude. If Pink had a talk show, all the moms would fucking come in their pants.
Does she?
Pink? I don't think Pink has a talk show. All those moms who are like, I'm a soccer mom, but I'm still tough. Right?
We need like the next Ricky Lake type person.
Like scandalous, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Ricky Lake was the shit. Did you watch Ricky Lake as a kid?
I mean, I saw a little bit of it. And I used to watch like Maury and Jerry Springer.
Maury was really cool for a while.
And then it got really trashy.
Yeah,
right?
it turned into like the
Turned into Jerry
paternity
Springer.
test, basically.
Yeah. You are not the father.
And then there's Dr. Phil. Fuck Dr. Phil.
He's a weirdo.
Is he a real doctor?
Think so.
Do you want to wager on that? Is Dr. Phil
He probably has his medical
a
license.
real doctor?
What else would everyone like?
Philip Cavan McCraw, better known as Dr. Phil, is an American television personality. Cool, we got it. He holds a doctorate in clinical psychology.
So he is a doctor.
So can he prescribe medication as a clinical psychologist?
A psychiatrist, yeah.
But he's a psychologist. He's a clinical psychologist.
But wouldn't that be like in the field called a psychiatrist?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, babe. Do you want to see Top Gun?
Well, funny story is I have to go see Top Gun
Why?
because there's a work event on Sunday that I get to go to.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, no, I don't want to. I haven't seen the first one. And I think it's like one of my dad's favorite movies, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Or it was a while ago. But no, I've never seen it. And I know it's on Netflix right
Yeah.
now, but I don't really have any desire
Well, you got
to
to
see
watch
it.
the first one, otherwise you're not gonna have any idea you're not gonna know what all this plane flying's about.
I think I'll get it.
Yeah, I don't. It seems really cool. I'm glad a lot of people like it, but
I just don't understand because I know a company, the company that I'm going to this event for. It's
Yeah.
not the company that I personally work for, but it's a company that we do a bunch of stuff with. And I know after talking to somebody else at my work that one of her friends, their company is doing the same thing. They're like all going out for like a Top Gun Maverick
Who gives a
movie
shit,
premiere.
man?
I'm like, when is this the new thing to have a work event be like, let's go fucking watch a movie together?
It's like,
That's so
let
stupid.
me have those 2 hours.
And you want to know what the dumbest thing is? So this movie, it doesn't have any previews because of how they set it up and how they like rent out the theater. So
Yeah.
they're not showing any previews.
That sucks.
They're wanting people to get there at 9 a.m. for a movie that starts at 10.
Are they doing like a presentation?
And there's not going to be any previews.
That's dumb.
I'm sorry, but the movie's already like 2.5 hours long. What the fuck are we going to be doing for another hour? Just sitting there?
Kate, did you see that Jada Pinkett Smith wants Will Smith and Chris Rock to reconcile?
I did see that.
Okay, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what defamation is, because I don't fully know. I feel like I should know, but I feel like we should clear it up.
Not defecation.
No. We also clearly we want to do the skating party. A lot of people have been messaging me about it, so thank you. We're gonna try and figure it out. I don't know when, but we're gonna get into the Jada Pinkett thing. We're gonna talk about the staircase. I also have this big book of crime. I want to run over some stuff with you.
Okay.
Also, why do we care about Meghan Markle? I want to tell you about my high school
don't.
graduation. And I've got, I think we need to start, since the world is taking the turn it is, I think we're probably going to have to start our compound, babe.
Okay.
So I kind of want to get into maybe brainstorming what our compound goals and like what we would do, how many people would be allowed in the compound.
Okay.
But we're going to run it. But I feel like we need to start planning. We need to start prepping. So 910-557-2871. Caitlin and I are going to switch over to the premium episode right now. Go to www.terribleperson.co. Now that we're warmed up, premium episodes are so much more fun.
Now that we've been talking.
Yeah,
for
because
a
we were like,
while.
okay, we kicked off the fucking cobwebs. Because Kate and I don't know a lot. We live together, but we don't talk. This is the only time we talk. We talk for 70 minutes once a week. Right, babe?
Yeah, we just save up everything.
Yeah,
We literally don't say a word to each other any other days of
Yeah.
the week. We just save everything we have to say for.
Also, you know what else I
recording.
want to talk about? And when we get into the premium episode, I want to talk about. I think we should give advice to college kids on how to cheat through college
No, thank you.
or cheat through high school.
I don't want to end up in jail, okay?
We're not going to end up in jail.
I don't want it to be like the college admissions scandal.
Hey, we're just-
But
we're-
now it's going to be like the college cheating scandal.
Giving them friendly tips from an awesome podcast. 910-557-2871. Kate, let's switch over to the premium episode now.
Okay.
Hello, Caitlin.
Hi.
Welcome to the premium episode of the podcast.
Is this the guided meditation?
We are
we're
going to
talking
start with some guided meditation today.
about? God.
We're gonna rub on your chakras, right? Is that what people get your crystals out? Pull your crystals out of your asshole. You turn on your salt lamp. Close your
Salt
eyes.
lamp.
And let's start with a deep breath in. Through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel your body relax. And
You're sinking into the ground.
and your troubles melt away. Don't think about what the cat's doing in the other room. What he's destroying in your closet. Also,
That sweater he's putting a hole in now.
did you remember to lock the door? There could be a home invasion happening while you have your headphones on. Just breathe. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Think about the blessings. Think about today. You're still alive, but tomorrow you could be brutally murdered.
Oh my God.
Or potentially right now while you're distracted with your headphones on.
Somebody could come up behind you.
Somebody's probably standing behind you or over you if you're laying in bed listening to this. Go ahead and pop your shirt off.
Oh my God.
That's Limp Bizkit. That's a Limp Bizkit song. I like that song. So, Kate, let's just get back. Let's just hop back into it.
No.
I think this could be a good lane. We should think about doing a series. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll do a guided meditation to help ease people through the rest of their work week. Sound good?
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Kate, what do you think? Your neck hurts? You're injured? Are you okay? Are you going to survive?
I mean, I hope so. My neck feels like it's kind of messed up, but I'll be okay. I'm just kind of disappointed that I have this big brush burn on my forehead for my birthday.
It's all right. It's just It's just going to be a little scabby. No big deal.
Oh, what every girl wants.
You look beautiful, though, babe. You always look beautiful. Have you heard the new Harry Styles album?
No.
Do you want to take a listen?
Yeah, I do.
We're just going to play the whole thing. Let's take a listen. Let's see what's going on here, Kate. Oh, it's an ad.
I was going to
Neat.
say, he's swimming in the ocean.
He's swimming in the ocean. Come with me to the Harry Styles
my.
YouTube channel.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Right? Pop your shirt back
Was
on.
he in that?
Harry Styles?
Yeah,
It sounds like something he would do.
probably.
Are we on Team Harry Styles?
I mean, yeah.
I heard Harry Styles was killed and replaced by a Middle Eastern man 6 years ago. Have you heard this?
No. I feel like you're making this one up.
No.
This might be a conspiracy theory that only you think is true.
Kate, so Kevin Spacey charges getting dropped.
Thought we were gonna hear Harry Styles.
No, I don't fucking. I don't want. I'm over Harry Styles. We'll talk about K-Man, Kevin Spacey. Charged with 4 assault charges in Great Britain,
Yep.
the UK.
Yep.
What's your favorite Kevin Spacey movie?
The only one that I can think of is that like American Beauty
That's a good one.
movie.
Can we separate the art from the artist in this thing? What did Kevin Spacey do? Let's see what his assault charges are, and we'll see if we can separate the art from the artist. Right,
Yeah.
Kate? Very talkative tonight.
I mean, I'm just trying to remember. I know that there were a bunch of allegations that I think he like forced people to do stuff with him, right?
According-
like assistants and interns or something.
According to the failing New York Times, Kevin Spacey to voluntarily travel to face sexual assault. Okay, I can talk. No big deal,
You
guys.
just can't read.
I can't read. The actor Kevin Spacey said on Tuesday he will be voluntarily traveling to Great Britain to face criminal sexual assault charges, allowing the authorities there to formally charge him. I just don't know what the charges are. Good Morning America. While I am disappointed with their decision to move forward, I will voluntarily appear in the UK. Well, yeah, he's disappointed.
It's like, fuck.
The charges concern 3 complaints. The alleged incidents date from March 2005, August 2008, and April 2013. Excuse me. Jeez.
God,
I still taste that edible.
that's disgusting.
They're still like, it's just floating around in
You're
my,
gross.
my gut.
Then you obviously have a very bad digestive system.
Whoa.
If you're still tasting it 4 days later.
I think it's just a combination of all the things I had today. Anyway, Mr. Spacey was the artistic director of the Old Vic Theatre in London. All the incidents occurred in London except for one in 2013, but they don't say what they are.
Yeah, like, can you Google what did he do?
I did. That's what took me here.
Okay, say, how did he assault them?
How did he assault? How did
Maybe it's all how you're wording it.
did Kevin Spacey assault? Question mark.
Yeah.
Sexual misconduct allegations against Anthony Rapp. It's the first one. I don't know. Okay, so
Do you want me to see if I can try
no,
to find it?
It's fine. It's more fun to just guess. Speaking of guessing, what do you think defamation is? Because Johnny Depp just won his.
Yeah, he did.
What do you think? Or have we ever crossed that line? What would you have to say to defame somebody?
it's basically when you say something that isn't true, right? That like harms their character. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Like-
Will influence the public opinion in some capacity, right? So if it's written down, it's libel, and if it's spoken, if
I
it's
thought it was
spoken word,
slander.
that's slander. If it's spoken,
Yeah, okay. So what's defamation then?
well, defamation is
Is the
libel
combination- it could be
and
either
slander.
or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what I said.
So, what are famous examples of people famous?
But you want to know,
Like what can't you say? Like, can I'd be like,
well, there was like, it came down to that article or whatever that was in The Sun that claimed that Johnny Depp was a wife beater. Which I'm like, I mean, the media says crazy shit all the fucking time.
they do?
Like, at what point do they say, I mean, I guess at the point when a famous celebrity
think
with
it's
lots
like-
of money comes after them?
Do you think it's like you have to say allegedly? Like, so it's not. You're like, according to me.
Or like, you know how at the top of, like if you read an article, sometimes it'll say like at the top, like really small, this is an opinion piece.
Op-ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they
Interesting.
have to have that something, or I don't know. But yeah, because I don't really understand how that relates to him suing her.
Like, so you can air out dirty laundry without getting defamation case thrown on your lap, right? You could be like, my experience was this, and this.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I don't know because it's like, at what point does that, you know what I mean?
Like, so can a person defame a corporation? If you're like, based on my treatment and my experience, I think that's all you'd have to do is just like make it like a review instead of being like, or if you're like, they are stealing money or stealing supplies or stealing, I guess that would be, because if it's not true, then you're lying about them being criminals, right?
Yeah. I guess maybe you have to have some sort of like evidence or backup as to why you're making those claims. Like you can't just be like, oh, he's a wife beater and not have any like sort of
Receipts.
evidence
Right.
to be saying like, oh yeah, he is.
Do you think O.J. Simpson killed those two people?
Yeah.
You're defaming him.
Oops.
Kate, you're defaming
Oops.
Hall of Fame. Is he Hall of Fame? Is O.J. Simpson the Hall of Fame?
If he was, I feel like they probably would have taken it away when that happened.
He's in the Hall of Fame for murdering people. Hall of Fame, O.J. Simpson. Yeah, dude, if you're going to let Pete Rose, did they let him in the Baseball Hall of Fame yet?
Remind me who Pete Rose is, please.
He was a Red Sox. I think he played for the Red Sox back in the day, but he was gambling on the games, and they were like, you're not allowed in the Hall of Fame anymore, or ever. O.J. was twice honored in retirement for his achievements. In 1983, he was inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame, and in 1985, he was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. It's cool, man. Has O.J. Simpson been removed? Despite his legal issues, Simpson remains in the Hall of Fames. Boom.
They separated the art from the artist there.
Yeah, okay. So make another season of House of Cards where Robin Wright's not the president, please. Thank you. Bring Frank Underwood back from the dead. Kate, so Stranger Things is the talk of the town right now.
Yeah.
7 episodes. Part 1 of
And
season
then
4.
I think the next part 2 of season 4 drops like July 1st or something like that.
I'm a Stranger Things expert. People know this. I talk about Stranger Things all the time. It's like my favorite show.
No, you don't.
There's little Alan.
You were literally like, I don't even know anything that's going on in this show, but yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck are these kids? My thing is, Kate, at a certain point, if you're on a mystery as a kid, you're like, I want to go home and like read my comic books.
Well, I
Or-
mean, at a certain point, they're probably knowing how much they get fucking paid.
No. But what I'm saying in the story,
Oh.
Like no group of friends would be like, fuck yeah, let's
Oh,
do this
yeah.
for 6 years. I'd be like,
Well, I mean, if they're actively coming after you and your group of friends, then you might feel differently.
just fucking let him kill me.
You
That's
you
what I
don't know.
say.
You haven't walked a mile in their shoes. You have no idea.
Hey, it's me, Dustin.
But I did think it was really funny, like, because I saw last week on, I don't know, like Wednesday or Thursday, an article just like promoting how Stranger Things Part 4 was going to come out on Friday. And there was a picture of like all of the cast. I'm like, it is just comical how
They're just
much
adults.
older they look. Like the older brother, Will's older brother, Jonathan.
Yeah.
He literally looks like when he's walking with them,
Yeah, he's like
he looks like he's like a 35-year-old man.
he has always had the look like he hasn't aged well.
yeah,
he's
he
not-
looks rough in this season.
Yeah, he's
I
got
don't
like a
know.
real scarecrow vibe to him.
yeah, but he just looks old, like
Also,
so much older
who's
than
the
them.
big nose curly haired kid's sister? Finn, maybe is that his name? Finn Wolfhard. He's the
Oh.
yeah.
Mike.
His sister. Jesus, let's reel it in. Her hair is out of control, and her
Nancy.
facial features are so severe for how they're
Nancy.
doing her makeup, her contouring.
I wonder how old she is.
It's probably like 40. She's probably got the Lord
She's
thing
probably
going
like
on.
in her 30s.
Playing a high school kid.
Well, I mean, I think now they were like they just graduated last year in the show, so they're like college freshman type age.
Oh yeah, because Steve's working full time. Is that his name, Steve?
Yeah,
With the hair?
yeah.
Yeah, that show. I don't know. And then so we were watching it last night, and this guy Hooper is in Russian jail, right?
Yeah,
Hooper? Yeah.
yeah.
He's in jail, and this
Hooper.
Yeah, Hooper. And he made friends with a Russian guy, and for some reason they have to fight a monster. And it takes them fucking 4 episodes to show them fighting the monster.
Okay,
What?
I just have to interrupt for a second. I'm sorry. She's only 25.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, she looks 25.
She does?
I mean,
She look to me, she looks like if she told me she was like 34, I'd be like,
Oh
okay.
yeah. Like Allison, what's her name?
Yeah, like I don't know. She just has that look about her where if she told me that she was in her 30s, I wouldn't question it for
Some
a second.
people have an old soul, but you actually have an old face.
You just have like old skin.
You have old face and body. So yeah, Stranger Things. But anyway, there's like 15 conversations about one thing, and then they do that thing, and it's underwhelming. I didn't even see the monster fight where they lit him on fire, I guess.
Well, I can show it to you.
That's a fine. I don't need to. It's a fine. I do not need to see it.
No, you'll watch it.
No. Speaking of Stranger Things, babe. Let's just go ahead and rest your head on a pillow.
Pillow.
Pillow. Penis. Penis. You're getting hypnotized. All right, now 5. Go ahead and look at this pendulum. I'm swinging back and forth. Start counting back from 10, 9, 8.
Oh my god. What is this counting?
7. I can't wait till you fall asleep.
Oh my god, you're a creep.
And 4.
Moving on.
And,
Is this the Stranger Things?
And 4. Penis. And 2. And when you wake up, you'll feel refreshed and you won't remember.
You're a real creep.
Babe, you're a real creep.
Don't trust your kids with Grant.
Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me.
Kate, so Jada Pinkett Smith wants her husband, Will Pinkett Smith, to reconcile with.
Well, of course she does because he is the one who is like, everyone is, fuck Will.
What if they have one of those Hollywood elite moments, like they make up and then she's like, now we must consummate our new friendship.
Like the three of
And then they
them.
just bang it out.
I mean,
So what do you think? So do you think they're all just cloud chasing, right? They all just want to be famous,
well, I think
as
it's
famous as they were
because-
when this all happened.
Yeah, and I also think that it's one of those things where they like she's saying that because they were in the wrong and because everyone's looking at them like kind of like how nobody likes Amber Heard right now. Like everyone's on Johnny Depp's side.
Dude, I'm team
Like everyone's
Amber Heard.
on his side, not on Will and Jada's side.
I think Amber Heard is. She's right. She's right, babe. Believe all women. So wait, so do you want Chris Rock and Will Smith to make up? Would that make you happy?
I could give 2 fucks.
Yeah. If you told me,
Like I don't care at all if they make up, if they don't make up, if Will and Jada fall out of the spotlight forever. I don't care.
I mean, we're in the time period where it's been long enough that we haven't had a celebrity murder. And I feel like it's boiling. COVID, I thought we were going to get one during COVID, but we didn't. We didn't get like do you remember like Phil Hartman? He was on SNL. What was it?
He was murdered?
News radio, murdered by his wife, and then she killed herself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was in all the movies. Do you remember that guy? Do you know who Phil Hartman is?
Let me see a picture.
Here. Phil Hartman.
So this was during COVID?
No. This was years ago.
Oh.
Phil Hartman. But we haven't had a thing like this in a while. This guy.
So why'd she kill him?
I mean, kind of went crazy. This guy? You've seen him before? Mm-hmm. He was in Jingle All the Way, I think. A bunch of movies like that. But I don't quite know why she killed him.
He was probably cheating on her.
No, I think it was like she legitimately something went haywire in her brain with drugs and medication and stuff, and then she like flipped out.
Oh.
So Kate, I told you that I used to manage a park, right?
You told me that you used to like work at a park and
Yeah,
like,
it was a park supervisor.
Do things with little kids.
Yeah, I used to.
Like
So my
activities.
job for like an entire summer was to just go to this park and get out balls and jump ropes
And just make like
chalk.
little stations for
Yeah,
kids.
and just be like,
to,
hey, you guys want to play? And then you'd make plans, and the kids it was not in a good part of town. A lot of little trashy boys and girls at this park. And it was a great job. I barely put on shoes that summer. I just was like barefoot hippie boy with a pickup truck and my Birkenstocks. Did barely put on a shirt. I was just tan. We played catch. We would sometimes, I told you this, we would send the kids home. We'd be like, the park's closed today. And then we'd just play catch in the park for like 4 hours. And then go home, have lunch, come back. The park's still closed, everybody. Sorry about that. So anyway, there were all these like kids and like shitty people around.
like
'Cause
meth
yeah, it was, but I mean, it was like pre-meth, I think, for Indiana. So it was like a lot of, like, I think legitimate crack and like heroin things. So it was like kind of the park was surrounded by that sort of like rental house area.
Okay.
And there was a kid named David, who I'm sure David is dead now. Like, it has to be, but he was probably 9, 10. And he came to the park one day with a big bandage over his head, on the back of his head. And we were like, David, what happened, dude? And he was like, oh, I was helping my dad and, I got hurt. We're like, oh, well, why that big? That's a huge bandage. And he's like, well, he was helping his dad do something on their deck. And he was like, Dad, I need a hammer. And his dad reached in the toolbox and then threw the hammer at him. And the claw part hit him in the back of the head. So he had two perfectly, like where the hammer stuck in the back of his head. We're like, dude, do you need stitches or anything? He's like, no, my dad said it'd be fine. And we were like, oh shit, is this abuse?
Jesus.
But then there was this kid, Luis.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, there's David.
And how old was they?
Probably like 10.
Oh my god.
But he was like one of those, he like needed Ritalin. And he was just off the walls and stuff. So I'm sure his dad fucking just chucked the hammer at him. Calm him down. What are we having for dinner tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of full from lunch.
Yeah, we did have a big lunch. We went to Boca Taqueria.
Yeah, it's a little place by my work. It's pretty dang good.
Have you ever seen the movie Cliffhanger? With Sylvester Stallone, where for some reason he's like a mountain guy climbing.
No, but I saw you were watching it the other day.
Yeah,
on
it's
Netflix.
interesting because this guy, Michael Rooker, who's on Walking Dead,
Who does he play?
he's a real I don't know who he
Tell
is.
me the character. I would know it.
I don't know. I didn't watch that show. Michael Rooker, he was on The Walking Dead. Michael Rooker, Walking Dead character. He plays Meryl Dixon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he takes this girl out. I think it's either like a first date.
Merle.
Merle. He takes this girl. He's either like been with her for a little while, but he takes this girl who has no business climbing a mountain all the way to the top. And they have to like, he needs assistance. He fell down or something, so his knee's all fucked. So they have to like get a helicopter crew to come in. And then as they're rescuing her, her support harness breaks and she dies.
Oh, fuck.
And she falls all the way down the thing. And Merle can't get it through his head that it was like something broke. He thinks Sylvester Stallone
Like, did it?
rigged it wrong. And I was like, that's the worst first date ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, how could this get any worse? And you're at least like, well, I'm getting airlifted out of here. Great. But then to die in the process of being airlifted out, that would suck.
Yeah, like to have that relief, like you're getting rescued, and then to just. But I mean, at least it,
I wonder how
it
much.
snapped, and it's not like she saw it coming.
I mean, she did. I mean, the thing is, though,
But
is
they
you're
say
that.
that if you if you're that high up, usually you're dead before you hit the ground.
How is that true?
Because they think that you have like a heart attack or, right?
I mean, you might.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
What if you're a fit climbing enthusiast? Your heart's in great shape. Cardiovascularly.
Yeah, but like you're gonna die.
I mean, I could see maybe G-force. You black out from that, maybe. But I think you'd have to fall a lot further than whatever a mountain is. How tall is a mountain? How big is a
Well, it
mountain?
depends on what mountain it is. They vary in size.
Like a
correct?
big mountain, like a Colorado mountain.
Probably pretty
Colorado
fucking big.
Mountain. It can't be that big.
Like a Rocky Mountain.
Colorado Mountain's height. We have a thing tomorrow. 14,000 feet ish. 14 to 15,000. That's pretty high.
Yeah,
Whew.
it's pretty high.
Falling 15,000 feet. Yeah, you'd have to die. You'd have to like black out.
Or yeah, you'd have like a heart attack or something.
How long does it take to fall 15,000 feet, do you think?
Couple seconds.
15,000 feet? How long
Yeah, a couple seconds.
does it take to fall 15,000 feet, right?
Because you would have to think the higher up you're falling from, the faster you're gonna fall.
But I think at a certain point you hit terminal velocity. Like so you stop speeding up. It takes a minute. How long does it take a tandem skydive free fall from 15,000 feet? About 60 seconds.
That's a skydive. You
Yeah, but
unhook a parachute and then you float
but you
down.
were saying it would take like 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 dead.
Okay, maybe like 10, 12 seconds.
Well, I mean, I think
Because you're just like, it's not like you have the parachute and at a certain point it's like you stop losing a lot of speed and then you just kind of like float down.
it's about a minute.
All right, then.
Do you want to try?
You can be our dummy,
Yeah.
our test dummy.
Cool. You remember how a couple weeks ago you were talking about your teachers that were molesting students?
Yeah.
That were,
What about them?
well, no, I was thinking about that. You got me thinking about teachers, and everybody has a cool teacher. Caitlin has a sty,
Yeah.
and she is just rubbing it and rubbing it
It's
and rubbing
so
it.
fucking itchy. You just have no idea.
Well, have you put anything on it or in it?
No.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Do you need to do it right now? Because it looks like you're having a problem.
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure? You don't have any eye drops for that?
I don't have any sty eye drops. No.
Where can you get those? I feel like we need to get on this. It's for people who you can't see Kate, obviously, but it's like the size of a golf ball,
Oh my god!
and there's just this giant
I look like Quasimodo.
pussy head just on top of it, and she's just rubbing it, and she keeps licking her fingers in between, like so.
I'm not licking my fingers.
It's like
I haven't put my fingers in my mouth once.
it's like wet and pustulous.
Does it really look that bad?
No, worse. Kate, can you explain to me how telephone works? And
Like the game of telephone?
well, sure. Start there.
Okay. Usually you have more like a group of people, like you stand in a line or like a circle, and then you have one person start off and they'll say like a phrase. And then they tell it to the first person in line, and then that person whispers it in the ear of the next person, and so on and so forth. And then the last person has to say what they heard,
Right.
and doesn't match what the person originally said.
Okay, so now that you've explained that, how do actual telephones work?
Oh, so those work. Well, I mean, like I don't really know how the phone lines work. But you pick up the phone and you dial a
Well,
number,
how do you get-
and then it calls who you want to call.
How do they make
and then you talk to them.
How do they make that person talk to you? How does it work? I don't understand how phones work. I don't understand how fax machines work either. I don't understand how you can send
I don't
something
understand how fax machines
and it's like
work
beep
either.
boop beep boop boop, and then it's like here's a menu to this Italian restaurant. Did you ever have
Like when you scan a barcode.
No, Kate, I'm talking about a fax machine. It goes beep boop beep boop boop, digital code, and then it turns into like a carryout menu. That's all. The only people that are sending faxes are restaurants to like local businesses.
I don't even think they do that anymore.
They used to. It was crazy. The funeral home used to get so many. Just like here's our lunch specials this week.
That's really funny. That's a good
It
idea.
kind of ruled. But then, did you ever? I remember one time I fucked with a place where I got their fax number and I sent them a black page over and over and over, like probably
just
like,
to mess with them.
probably like 20 times. It'll burn. It'll eat up all the toner. Like they won't have any
Oh,
ink
because
left.
like it just print the entire. Oh,
That used to be a big thing that like hacktivists and hackers back in the day would do to businesses. They
just
would,
like send them black.
I can't remember what it's called.
to
It's
print.
called. It's something. It's called like black paging or something. Black pages through fax machine. Black fax.
Black faxing.
Black faxing is what it's called. Yeah, it's called black faxing. Kate. Kate, I'm glad you're back from going pee.
Thanks. Me too.
Caitlin, why don't you go ahead and sit and lie down in a comfortable position? Good, good, good. Allow your body to relax and be still. Allow the muscles in your body to soften and lengthen. Ayo!
That's gross.
I'm gonna get my muscle soft and lengthened.
Soft.
Yeah,
and
real
lengthened.
soft and sopping wet.
Like a wet noodle.
Like the sty.
Ew.
Kate,
What?
there's so many things I want to talk to you about, but it's just like we can't talk about it or any of it yet, babe.
Can you talk about some of it?
I don't know. I guess this is good premium content too. We got a few minutes left. Yeah, there's some things like you know everything that's happening.
Well, yeah, because I am privy to that kind of information because I'm your girlfriend.
Right.
So we'll just hold off
Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of why the energy's weird. I feel like this week.
because you have things that you
I really want to go off on a
can't.
lot of things, but I just can't. And I was prepping.
I can't wait for you to be able to.
I was prepping everything for the podcast, and I'm just like, there's only a few things I want to talk about. Like I don't. Oh, I guess the other thing that seems important, and this actually ties into everything, the future, that sort of thing. Our compound.
Oh yeah.
Like so.
So
Are we trying to be a podcast that is like affiliated with a cult, or are we trying to be a podcast that just is started a cult and compound? Two choices.
No, we're not having our listeners on the compound.
What?
No, the compound is for friends and family only.
No. Well, friends and family. Yeah, like our cult friends and family.
No.
Our family. Our How to Become a Terrible Person family. Because we need somebody. Because okay, so what's our objective?
Well, if it's like the end of times, to stay alive.
Just to stay alive and live on our compound as
And
separatists.
to not die of something like, I don't know, the flu.
The monkeypox.
Yeah.
We're anti-monkeypox.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
So,
but I mean,
okay.
Then you would.
So what are we stockpiling? Because like we need to have our thing. We need to have like our calling card, like toilet paper. Do we doomsday prep and do we buy out? That's what we do. Okay, got it. I just had to talk myself through it. So we're in planning for another pandemic. We buy up all the shit that's like, you need, like toilet paper, instant mashed potatoes, toilet paper.
Okay.
More instant mashed potatoes. I think instant mashed potatoes and toilet paper is what we're going to buy. You always need both. You need a lot of both, especially during a pandemic. So then we can sell
Especially
those.
if you're eating a lot of instant mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and we can sell those at like an inflated rate through the next pandemic. Could be monkeypox, could be something else.
Oh, it could be like peanut butter in Stranger Things.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
He sells it for $20 and he buys it for like $1.37.
Did I ever tell you how I almost got arrested the night before our graduation, high school graduation?
No.
So my buddy Scott, shout out to Nick, and I think my buddy Steve was there. Bunch of class acts. Very weird group of people. But we had
Bunch of nerds.
We had illegal fireworks. No, we were like the cool kids. Like Steve was like the metal guy.
The cool kids that tap dance.
Yeah, we all had some mad tap dancing chops.
Cool.
But we went to this park and we made these PVC, like, kind of like firework holders that you could hold them and shoot them at people. But it was fireworks, right? Bottle
Okay.
rockets and stuff. So it was like probably 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's kind of dark. And we go out to this park and we start having this battle where we each have a lighter. We each have a thing of bottle rockets. And then we have one of our
Pipe.
our pipe gun things.
Pipe bomb.
And so we're lighting them and then we're firing them at each other. So we do this probably for about, 20 minutes. We had 1,000 bottle rockets, just way too many. And all of a sudden we see 2 cops with their lights on driving in the field. And we realized at that point that we were on a school property. So
Like the park was
the
part
park
of the
was
school.
part of the school and there was a playground and we were just like kind of not really aware of it because we went the other way. We could just hop the fence or whatever. I can't remember how we got on there, but
You knew.
no, but I mean, it wasn't like, oh, hey, this is school property. It just seemed like park because I didn't live over there. So we just went over to this empty field, like soccer, whatever. So the cop gets out of the car and they have their guns drawn because they think we have weapons. And they're like, get out of the ground. So we had to get down on the ground. And I didn't have my ID. So they were like, well, anyone who doesn't have ID, we got to take in. I was like, fuck, I'm getting taken to jail for this. And he was like, you're on a school property with firearms, all this stuff. And we were like, uh-oh, how did we get into this situation? And then they gave us an ultimatum. They said, if you get tased, we'll let you go. We just got these new tasers. And I didn't have my ID. I didn't have any of this shit, but they're calling everything in on the radio. They called in my social security number, all that stuff. And so I'm like, fuck it, I'll get tased. Tase me. And then the three other guys were like, yeah, tase us too. We can't, tomorrow's our graduation. So what ended up happening is they were like, fuck it, we'll let you guys go. Don't worry about it. We're taking these little guns that you guys made, and we're also going to like turn our lights on, and you have to pick up all the little sticks from the bottle rockets that you guys littered everywhere. So like, okay. So we get back to the one guy's house who drove us, and his dad is waiting for us in the yard because he was listening to Police Scanner, and he heard that his son had like a firearm on
On school
a
property.
school property with 2 other boys he went to high school with, and so he got in big trouble. But our parents never found out. But yeah.
Like he didn't tell your parents?
No.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I feel like there were always those parents that, like, if something happened, you know, they would always tell the other parent.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
if you got in
I-
trouble over at your friend's house, then your friend's mom would call your mom, and then your mom would be like, "What are you doing?"
I feel like a lot of that didn't happen because I lived across in a different town, and I don't think our parents in any parties really cared that much to tattle unless it was huge. There was occasionally that, but no. What I was thinking is, remember how I brought up cool teachers earlier? There's that one cool teacher you have that's like, oh, this guy's neat.
And then you find out he's a diddler.
Well, yeah, this guy wasn't a diddler. He was just a fun dude. But he came to my graduation. No, he came to my graduation party on a Harley, not a Harley, but a motorcycle that he bought that day for $350. And it was like black smoke, just blah, 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 blah. And then we proceeded to hang out on the porch and eat egg rolls because I had egg rolls at my graduation party. And like all our guy friends and then this teacher, we all were taking turns with the shot collar. We had a voice activated shot collar, so you had to bark. You had to make a noise and it would shock you. And it had 10 levels. So depending on where you were, if you kept making noise, it would, increase and increase and increase. So we're just passing around the table. And I remember he almost passed out because he got like the ultimate shock and we set him up for it. So no, we were just all sitting around. It's like, this is your teacher. You spent 4 years. He was molding your mind. And then on your graduation night, he comes over and is shocking himself with a shot collar. Like he gets to do that every year. How fun is that?
Yeah.
Like that fucking rules. I saw a picture of him recently and he straight up looks like Jesus now. He was like clean cut. He looked like Keanu Reeves. He had a real Keanu Reeves vibe. And now he's just like huge beard, long hair, and he's still teaching U.S. history at school, which I think if you're a teacher, that's like the gravy class, right? Social studies, history.
I mean,
Like that's like the fun teacher. It's always the fun teacher teaches social studies, right?
yeah, I feel like I only had one teacher for like history, social studies that I just hated, but all my other ones, I was like, oh yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Yeah, this guy was the shit.
Plus, my mom was a history teacher.
Was she?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought she was like math.
No, that was my dad.
Okay.
So
Well, Kate, do you have anything you want to say before we go?
I guess I do have one thing I want to say.
Okay.
So when we go out to eat, and you know how they always like make you tip places now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw it today. I saw it today.
Oh god! And then I feel like a dick.
No, because we got
Like, what is the
chimichangas.
standard? I'm going somewhere that's like a fast casual type restaurant, not a chain, but it has multiple locations, and they're like, yeah, I didn't tip. We were eating
yeah.
there. It's not, yeah. But then I
Do
felt
you
kind
think
of
that's
bad
why our
after.
food got mixed up?
That's why she gave away my taquitos.
Yeah, she's like, fuck it. No, we didn't take the number either. Apparently, we were supposed to take the number.
I didn't even see the number.
Yeah. It's like they make all these rules and they don't tell you. But that place is the shit. That's like such
Yeah,
a
it is.
good.
But on that note, I wanted to bring up how that's a thing everywhere you go now. Like
What, you
every
gotta-
single
you have to tip?
restaurant, they ask the question. Like if you pay with a card, they ask the question of how much you want to tip. And like it's minimum starting at 15%. Like I went to Subway by
Dumb.
my work, and they have a sign outside that says starting at $15 an hour, which okay, cool.
Right.
But then like yeah, the first question that I get asked when I put in my card to pay is 15, 20, 25,
Yeah.
30?
Nah.
And I'm just like, how about 0?
Well, it also depends, man. The last couple times I've been to Subway.
But you have to put in custom and then put 000,
Right.
enter for it to be
or
like
$1.
nothing. And I'm just
I think
like,
that, yeah. It's like the
So they make it hard for
the
you to
donate to
not-
charity shit. Same principle. I don't want to donate to charity every time I fucking go somewhere. Sorry. I'm not going to.
that's exactly how I feel. And, like I said, not talking shit, but if you're going to have a sign touting how you pay all your workers $15 an hour, and the guy literally doesn't know anything, like
Yeah, doesn't-
any of the language that I speak,
Right. or
And you want me to tip 15%
or just does a bad job making
on my
your sandwich.
shitty sandwich? Like,
Yeah.
no.
So no, I think
I mean, I just want to know, like, I guess what are your thoughts?
my thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Should I have tipped today?
I generally tip.
I know.
So
So you're a better person than me.
no, I
guess.
mean, but also too, it's like I don't think if you're just getting your food made, like you don't tip at Jack in the Box.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like you don't. So basically, the same service principle that we had today.
yeah.
You said no tip. It's like they didn't do anything after we got the food either. So I don't. You're just tipping. I feel like you're just tipping the owner
Like,
at that point.
obviously, if we're going to a sit down restaurant and we have a server that comes and gives
Yeah.
us our drinks and everything, I'm going to tip them. Or, like, if we do a carry out order, I usually tip at least like 10%.
Right. Yeah. No, I think you're right.
But I mean, if I'm also going to a place like Subway, I shouldn't be expected to tip at Subway. Like, you're a chain restaurant
right. Well, especially you're
and
saying
it's low quality.
like the reason you tip waiters and waitresses originally was because they were getting paid like $3.25. They were getting
well,
that,
that's why you still have to tip
Yeah.
servers because they still do.
they still make nothing, which is fucking crazy.
But you can go to Taco Bell and make $15.
Yeah,
an
you
hour.
did
It's,
pay
like,
fucking
weird.
four guys to stand behind a Subway counter and play grab ass while you're waiting to get your sandwich. No one knows how to make a sandwich.
They put just a giant glob of mustard on the right side only.
And then they'll be like, oh, you want black olives? They'll put like 15 black olives on one little part. And then they'll be like, anything else? And you're like, yeah, everything else I asked for. I would like on the sandwich.
Like, literally, have you noticed they put 2 tiny little triangles of cheese? And that's it. They'll put like 6 pieces of meat, but then they'll put 1 tiny little triangle of cheese on either side.
Dumb.
Because, of course, if you want to get extra cheese, it's like $1.25.
Of course. Guac's extra. Fuck it. Well, I think what learned a lot today in this hour. O.J. Simpson's still in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. The NFL.
The NFL is just like...
was just like, fuck it.
Well, it's also... Isn't it weird that how many times a year do you see like an NFL player like beat the shit out of his girlfriend on video?
I mean, like,
It's constant.
not as often anymore, but I feel like back in the day, it was like every week.
Do you remember the Beyonce slap? Do you remember that?
It was Beyonce's sister.
And then
Who slapped Jay-Z.
now I'm thinking of Ray Rice. I'm getting my elevator situations confused.
He like punched a girl.
yeah,
He punched his girlfriend like in the elevator,
just full on.
but like
wild.
full on punched her, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it wasn't a slap.
What do you
It
think?
was closed fist.
What do you think they were talking about?
I should not laugh at that. That's horrible.
No, he clocked her.
Yeah. And then that just makes you wonder like all the other stuff that has happened that you never hear about. Like it's never come to light. Or like the players that, just mysteriously like stop playing
Dude,
all of a sudden.
well, who was it? The Arizona Rattlers player that lived above me that beat the shit out of his girlfriend every fucking 2 days.
Yeah. The cops getting called every other week.
I
How
wish.
many times did the cops get called?
Like probably
at least 3.
Yeah, maybe 5. But like it was constant, and I just wish the one time they went in there and I was listening, the cops 8 cops came in and they fucking roughed his ass up. You heard it, and then you heard they all carried him out.
Like hit them throwing him on the floor or something.
Yeah, and slamming him against the wall. But I mean, the stuff he was doing to his girlfriend was just egregious.
So do you think that she was the one calling the cops, or was it just like all the neighbors?
I think all of us neighbors were the ones calling the cops because we were like, "This is insane!" Every night, and it was during COVID too.
Yeah.
So we're all locked up.
Like how many divorces came out of COVID?
3. 3 divorces. All right, Kate, let's get the fuck out of here. What are we having for dinner?
I don't know. Are you hungry?
No, not really.
Something light.
Okay. Okay, Kate, let's go.